Welcome back to our throwback series on Drumard Farm. It's episode 5 with me, Mr. Searly P. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Drumard Farm for our throwback series. It's all very good, it's all very exciting. Thank you to people that have been reaching out and messaging, and if you're still watching, I appreciate it, because not everyone is. But anyway, that being said, Stuart reached out. I did this on the last Survive to Farm episode as well. I'm sure it was Stuart. To say, was I aware that the silo, albeit that's the take out of the silo, putting into the silo we've done over here, on 17, and again I don't think I even knew this, is a multi-fruit silo. I mean, it's built into the map, no idea, but apparently it is. I spent 90 grand on a hayloft when I didn't need to. So what I've done is I've taken out my straw and my hay from the hayloft and I've put it into my standard silo. So that can be removed now, which is actually quite handy for what I'm going to do next. We have a bobcat, a wild bobcat in the forest. I've bought a front log grapple, and we're going to, I think I'm going to do the stationary chipper, the one that sells directly to the sawmill. I think that's what I'm going to do. If we go into here, because there's no build mode, so we have to go into, if we go to garage, and then go out to items that we've got, which includes everything on here. Yeah, so we're only going to get not even half back, but I'm going to do it because I don't need it. It's my own fault, should have checked before, which does give us space back for a volleyball court or badminton. Maybe I do like a bit of badminton. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back over to the farm, and we're going to place a static wood chipper. So I've used it a lot. I don't know why I went that way. I used it a lot on, I'm sure it was the Valley Old Farm. How we're looking for heggages. I think we're alright for the hegs at the moment. So we're up into the forest area, and as far as I'm aware as well, I think we own the woodland. I did cut down a tree early on, didn't I, just to double check. So we should be able to. We've got a saw. So we're going to, I mean, the good thing is having the log grab on the front of the skid steer loader. I haven't got to cut everything up into really, really small pieces. But that being said, it's easier for putting them onto the static wood chipper. The static wood chipper runs all the time, and again, we'll get half the money back from that. I think it's if I recall correctly, 80 grand. Did I just scroll past one? I'm trying to think. 80 grand to place, but we should make our money back fairly easily. I think. I'm sorry, this is just a. Let's give it a go. All these things that my mind is trying to. It's bad enough when I'm just playing on FS22 and I'm doing stuff in my memory. I'm trying to remember things from FS22 over the last 3 years. You know, I'm trying to remember mods and how they work and how certain aspects of the game works, and especially things that you don't do very often. You then come back to and think, oh, I can't remember how to do this. I've gone from that all the way back to 17, not even 19, which again, my mind, I don't know. So if we swing up here into the woodland, just here, we should be able to place, I think. I don't need a trailer. At least at the moment I don't think I do. No, we should be right if we can cut these down. So if we go into here again, not here, there, go out to our placeables. Yeah, that one. Oh, 72 grand. Even better. Oh yeah, we can place it where we want. So, I think I'm going to... There we go, there's our rotation. If we put it just there. I had enough with what I had before, actually. Now that should be running, yeah, all the time. So what I'll do now, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, proper jet wash, proper saw, proper job. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Is it just off a kilter? Oh, there we go. I just wasn't in the right position. It doesn't go yellow either, which kept throwing me. It goes yellow when you press it to cut. All these things. I'm Trying to remember. That one should work then. Just wasn't in the right position. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, doesn't like that, does it? Well, maybe this one's going to be a bit higher for the cut. I can't go for the speed of this. That's crazy. Now, how long is the... I can't remember how long this is. Let's try... Might be too long. I can't remember if it's on here or whether it's on 19. There was available. Let's have a look for that as well. Hang on. What was it under? Belt systems? There, the conveyor. Now, did the conveyor do logs? And could I adjust the height of it? Because if we could, then we can put logs. Oh, mind you, I think it goes at an angle, doesn't it? That might be quite handy though. I know it definitely does bales. It shows all sorts of stuff there. And I'm sure in the description on the mod it said bales, wood, and even possibly pallets maybe? Or I could be thinking of a later version. Well, let's just give this a go before we do anything else. To make sure I'm not imagining things. Probably perfect length. I can't remember as well whether this was one that had, did it have issues with feeding, or there have been so many bits of log equipment over the years. Try and get into the middle. Whoa, this is a bit temperamental on the old accelerator. Come on, off you go. You know you want to. It's your destiny. Oh, you absolute. Should have left more room the other side. Got room. We might have enough room. Come on. The money's going up. I think we need, yeah, we need to. How do we make this maybe we couldn't. I'm trying to think before. In all the various different wood processing that we've done in previous times gone by. Look at the price of that wood. Later versions of the game, especially 22 as well, you don't get that for a whole tree. And that was just one part. But we don't have winches as well. And that's the thing as well, playing on 17, when I played on 17, when it first came out, the prospect of winches, and when you think about that now, when we got the Platinum expansion with the winching and cable yarders, and that was just, it wasn't even an idea in someone's head. It wasn't even like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we had? Because it was that thing of, well, you'll never get something like that. I mean, don't be ridiculous. It's, you know, just never going to happen. This... There we go. Come on. Come on now. And this is what I've said many times before. if we can find, that's all right, if we can find something the same level as this that sits out here, and you can sit longer logs on it and then push them along. I tried all sorts of stuff before. I'm wondering whether it's worth getting one of those conveyors, you know, or finding something as a placeable to put here. Bales probably wouldn't work. Just trying to think. But I'm going to feed some more through. We can do all right with this if we just a bit more. Can I feed that whole thing? Do you reckon? I don't think I better lift it with this actually. Might be a bit overzealous potentially. Come on. Oh, okay. Maybe not. I mean, probably not the best idea. I wonder if we can. No, too high. How much could we pick up before again? Yep, too heavy. Thought as much. Okay, we can do that. Maybe not. Come on. I can just place that in there for a moment. Oh, it's taking it. Is there no... Nope. There has to be some timber on that. Are you... What the... Oi! Sawmill. This is sawmill by osmosis. That's how this works, if you remember correctly. On 17, it sells directly. Okay. Please be some wood on this bit. I suppose it kind of makes up for the fact we've already made a fair bit of money on the first one. Get enough trees through, we'll be laughing. There we go, that's more like it. Boo. Boo. Good old Bobcat. Bobcat for the win. Oh, that'd be a bit too long. I'm just thinking, have we done this before? Yes, we have, haven't we? This might work. If I can get the angle of the dangle just right, and then open up that. Oh, is that going to fall? It's going to fall. Maybe once I first get it in there. Can I get high enough? Yes, we can. Right. Oh no, my 2 foot hold. I've gone way too. Oh, I thought that was alright. We can cradle it. We can just cradle it just right. Come on. This thing is really temperamental on the accelerator. Really? Why are we not? Come on. Don't think we've got the angle right, have we? It doesn't want to. Come on. It doesn't want to feed, does it? I just don't think I've got the angle quite right, have I? No. There's going to be a way. There's going to be a way. Okay, hang on. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay. Yeah, boy! Right, I'm going to get some more trees down. I'm going to bring some more lumber over and have it here. So it's just a case of them feeding it. Maybe piling some up and then feeding it in. Because I think when I used to do this before, if I get half back on this, and this was 72 grand, I need to get 36, don't I? 36 grand, and that's covered the cost of placing this. Anything over 36 grand, and we're making money. Yes, let's just nod our heads and go with it. It's 10:54. I've been quite busy. I did lease and bring up one of those conveyor belts, and I've done a couple of test runs. It seems to be working. Sometimes it goes off at a bit of an angle and I have to give it a bit of a nudge. I also realised we had the CSZ pack, or CSZ set back then, by JiT-Mod Passion and Z Black Lion. It wasn't just JiT-Mod Passion Zone. As you can see, we've got a few more trees down. I've piled some logs up against the JCB to stop rolling away. I've tried to put them thick end first, I'm not quite sure why, and what I've done is I put this at an angle and put it further back as well, so we can put longer stuff on it, and it should, the longer stuff should then, when it reaches its fulcrum, its tipping point, it should just tip onto there and run through. That's all theory. So what we'll do is we'll start the engine. Ah, and that was all working before, and now it's not. Oh, there we go. So it should. That might be too short. I might put the one on there that's not going to actually work, because that will tip too early and drop down the gap. Maybe. Come on, work, 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 work. Bomb. In. Done. Which kind of makes it almost automatic, and all I've got to do is load this one up. I've still got to load them up, but it should be easier to drop stuff onto there. I don't know. Like I said before, this is back when logging was profitable. I'm just thinking this might not grab the logs as much. I don't know. Maybe it still will. You can still see that the physics of the logs are very different, aren't they? You've got a gap. Well, you still get it now, I suppose. I haven't got to put it this far down, but that's going to go at an angle. But you see, I've got some to throw on by hand as well. If it gets wedged, I can just go around to the side and do it. I was trying to do longer and longer stuff. Come on. So technically, I haven't got to stand around. I can just sort of keep going, I guess. That grab, that goes underneath. I've often said before, if you're struggling with logging, and it's weird going back to 17, having the CSZ set, not pack, but not having the auto, you know, the big bag handler, or that was game-changing stuff. That changed the way I did everything, and especially logging. I mean, that changed the world as far as I'm concerned. But before then, I tended not to use log grabs. I tended to use manure forks and stuff like this, because the tines are a lot thinner, and I always found it easier to get stuff where I wanted it. Generally, I think 2 might be pushing it, because they might go at different angles. I don't know. I mean, like I say, we can certainly give it a go, can't we? All we can do is try it and see what happens at the end of the day. I think we're going to be the same with silage, I think. Because the silage is worth a lot more. So when we come to do our silage clamp once that's ready. We can just drop one off at a time, I guess, can't we? I did a thing and it works. A thing that works, that's very unusual. And the money's ramping up. What is it the kids say? We're making bank, people. Is that a thing? I don't know. Is that what they say? I don't think my kids do anymore. I mean, I don't understand most of what my kids say, but let's get out of the way. And I can do as much or a little as I want. I can keep coming back and doing a bit more. I mean, like I say, if I get to a point where I've actually technically paid for the placement of the of our chipper, I can just keep chugging away. Just come back every now and again. Like I say, I've cut a load more trees out there. I was trying to work out if I could put much longer ones on. It's not so much about whether I can put longer ones on, it's about to lift them. And also, you've got that thing, I'd have to move this back maybe further if I did longer ones, because like I say, that tipping point for the logs, if you think about a longer log, yeah, I don't think the one on the left is going to go. Yeah, if you think about a much longer log, maybe the full length of this, its tipping point would be much further back, and then the problem is, it wouldn't tip, and it would hit the top before it went in. That's got stuck. Now, what I can do, maybe, I haven't tried it actually on this, because it worked on a lot of them before, that you could use a log and it would have much more oomph, much more power than you would give it credit for. What? Oh blimey, was this before the days when we could tilt them? Drop objects. Oh yeah, there's no option to adjust, is there? I didn't even realise that. I thought that was always a thing. Maybe not. Isn't it funny how you forget these things? There we go. Just need a bit of a shove. So I maybe I could just keep that one to the side. That's what we can do while we're here. The reason why... Whoops. So no problem at all. Yeah, the reason why I've got some of these is I cut down one of the trees and I wanted it to fall over this way, so it would fall down into the gap, and it got hung up in the tree. Of course it got hung up in the tree. This is me we're talking about. These were weird. I had to cut them really small, otherwise they were too heavy. Doesn't seem to be as much wood in them as you'd think, considering how heavy they were saying they were. These, again, these won't have very much on them, these are just the ends. End bit, oh blimey, no. Oh blimey, they don't like touching stuff, do they? Got to be very careful with the end of it. There we go. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything off these, are we? It's almost not really worth doing them. That was a bit awkward. Oh, okay, that was it. So what am I saving up for? Anything. I don't know at the moment. I wouldn't mind getting the Chrome Big M500. That's a bit further off, I think. Just get these little bits out of the way and then I'll get onto the bigger ones again. We're getting a little bit off of them, not, you know. Otherwise, what do I do with them? At the end of the day, it's a wood chip. I mean, it's taking them directly. I could be doing wood chips separately. There's a brilliant, what was it, by Black Sheep Modding? It was one of the, like an IT runner back, wasn't it? That was flat. I should be able to show you it. Have I got it installed? What would it be under? Forestry, I assume. Have I got it installed? Oh, I thought I did. What would be under miscellaneous? Maybe. Maybe I haven't got it installed. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, this wasn't expensive either, was it? Because I'm using a chainsaw at the moment, but I remember using these a lot. The 902, because it wasn't expensive, you know, 90 grand, and you can get the harvest head for it. Can we get the harvest head for it in this one? I thought we could. Oh yeah, there. That's how cut, isn't it? I am pondering the possibilities. It's these things. I mean, that's not too bad. 188 grand though. The Sampo Rosenau. We had a modded version of that. We did, didn't we? Was that on 19? Oh, I can't remember. Too many. Like I said before, it's bad enough when I've got to remember all the mods on 22. Trying to remember them for 17 and 19 as well. It has surprised me just how many were on this version that I'd forgotten were on this version. Should I try and get a longer one? I'm just thinking this crab might be a little bit better for a longer one. I don't know. So we can pick these up first. We'll have to shift them a little bit. But so they're going to fall out at the end. Give it a nudge. There we go. I've always said this, I don't mind doing forestry. I like finding inventive ways to do things. I was just thinking, I wonder if there's a seeder or there's something. Even the conveyor belt works really well. It probably doesn't help because what I realised I'd done in placing this, I placed it at an angle. I put it too close to here anyway. I should have put it further out so I could get all the way around it. I also placed it at an odd angle, so the angle it was pointing. It also meant that when I came to put the conveyor, in the position the conveyor's in, it's already drifting down the hill. Had it been all on the flat, if I'd have put that further back in the first place, but I didn't think about using this. Had I placed this further back, this would sit a little bit lower towards that. I was trying to get it so the conveyor belt would sit flat with this. That was what I was hoping for, so I could just run straight off one conveyor belt onto the other. So what I could do, when I've earned enough money that I've paid for this, I could, if I wanted to, remove it, place another one further back. Then you're kind of losing money at that point. But at the end of the day, I'm making, as I said, we're making bank, people. So I shall continue. I don't know when I'm going to stop, but I'm going to at least sort out the logs that are here. I want to get to a point where at least I've paid for it. Whoa. We've got the jitters. That's never a good sign. So, putting two at a time is not the best because they tend to... Whoa, there seems to be a lot more weight on that. Whoa, that's weird. I haven't had any others do that. I've picked up entire logs and it hasn't done it. Like entire trees and it hasn't done it. Oh, weird. Okay, well... I'll do one then. Maybe what I could do, because I got the skid steer, we could, because I've got the Kramer. If we get rid of the Kramer, buy a telehandler. Because I always found telehandlers works better for this sort of thing anyway, because you've got the boom length as well. Going to get stuck, isn't it? Or maybe not. Yes, it is. How annoying. Right, let me just give that a nudge. If it'll work. Right, let's grab this next one. So, I'm trying to think if we've got any mods. Oh, actually, I think we've used that. We used that a lot because it was fairly cheap, 92 grand. Have we got any modded options? I'm sure there's not a lot. I remember that. Is there a case one on FS17? I know there was definitely a New Holland. Because I remember playing on Law Folds and buying the New Holland and being really excited about this new New Holland. You know, if we sell the Kramer, that's going to be 60 odd grand. And then, man, I'm not great with articulated. I'll have a look. I'll see what's available. Maybe what we'll do by the end of the episode is at least have enough money to. This is twitchy. I mean, it's not horrendous. It means I have to change my fork. Although I leased this one. I sold the other one and leased this. I didn't buy it, so that'll actually work. So we'll have a bit more reach with the telehandler, won't we? Yeah, I've got to remember, turn and then accelerate. If you try and do one, let's lift up a bit more. Yeah, I've got to get them to fall more to this side. I think the whole conveyor's moved. It's shifted, hasn't it? Yeah. I think it's when I caught it. That's when it caught as well, isn't it? Maybe not. We'll go around the other side and just give that a bit of a nudge. I think you can get into it. You can turn the engine on now. You can actually drive it very slowly. You can move it, and those support legs can be raised and lowered. You don't have to have the support legs out. Just think that just needs a bit of a nudge back. Oh, did I miss completely? Of course I did. Hit it when I don't want to. Does that look a bit better? Maybe. Can I do a longer one? Shall we see if we can put a longer log on tree? This might not be the best idea. Might not be the best idea I've had. They aren't always. Let's be honest. We're looking pretty good money-wise, though. I'm just thinking of all the weight being this end, but I don't think it's going to be like that, is it? Oh, nope. Okay. Unless I can get a longer one, maybe. Let's try that. We'll try that, see how that goes. I think I'm still not in the right place somewhere for that one. Can we get that to move? We can. I need to readjust on that. I can lift it, but I'm not really central. I need to just get a little bit more central. And this opens up way wider as well than the other one did. I think I'm dragging the ground, aren't I? Let's try that. Bit better, still not great. I've still got a lot of weight. This is really weird how the physics seems to have changed. I moved bigger logs than this earlier. I didn't have a problem. Can I lift that above its head? If I can get it up above, there we go. It's just when it's out in front it doesn't like it too much. Can I get that over that? Don't think I can. Or maybe. I'm going to hit the thing again, aren't I? This might be too long. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna... I don't know. It's all just theory. It's all just, you know, in theory this should work. No. Yeah, the tipping point's going to be too far. Look, there's your tipping point there, and it hits the top, but that's not going to work. Funny though, it's still dragging it across. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, well, like I said, I'd have to move the thing further back. Take that bit. Oh, hang on. Did I just lose half of that tree? Or did it take it once I'd cut it? Looks like half that tree went. What's that going to tell me? I got paid for that. Right, you know what I'm going to do? Whoa, 5 grand, look at that! Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the Kramer, I'm going to sell it, I'm going to see what we've got available for telehandlers. I know logging's not everyone's cup of tea, I'm just curious to see. We'll take this back as well. Might have to take that back. Yeah, probably. That's the only thing as well. Hang on. Let's just check this. Garage. Can I return it? I don't think I can. Because it's leased, not purchased. It's not showing, is it? And the only option I've got, if we go into this menu and go to here, I can go to it, I can reset it, but that's the only problem. On this map, it's one of those maps where it doesn't reset back to the store, it resets to the farm. I can reset it, but I can't. So that's a better improvement, I think, as the game moves forward. You can return items from your main menu. This situation, I've got to take it back, which is a bit frustrating. Right, I'm going to get one more on. Maybe two. Do like the fork though. Fork works well. Yep, we're going to get that. Okay, cool. Is this going to tip when I try and lift it? Probably. That's why I think as well, wheel loader, a bit more stability. Don't tip. If I can drop one off at a time. I'm touching the thing on, that's why. Wrong angle. Oh, there you go. Will this one nudge it? Why has that got stuck? That's weird. Let's see. I just want to give it a go, and then, like I say, we might get to the end of the episode, and I'll just be doing a bit more of this, but with some new equipment. Let's go. Right, I'm at the store. As you can see, the money's gone down quite considerably. I have purchased something. So what I need to do is replenish some of that. We're not going to get a huge amount of money, but what's this worth? 53. Okay, I'll take that. Back to 60,902. What I've purchased: a Merlot Turbo Farmer. The John Deere. The New Holland was available. The New Holland was 105 grand. This was 90 grand base model. 7 metre boom length, and what did I have as an option? I went for Nokian tyres, I went for the forest frame, and changed the colour. I think that was it. A little bit more robust, a little bit more stable than the skid steer. We have got the option, obviously, for our all-wheel steering, or we can change it front and that kind of stuff. What have we got for? Have we got doors or windows or anything? I don't think so. And I've purchased one of these. Cool, that's fast. Wow, that's got quite a boom on it. Now we do have a hitch on the back for trailers and stuff, but I don't know, because I think later versions had the option for weights and stuff, so I don't think we can attach a weight to that. But we should have a bit more weight on it compared to the skid steer loader anyway. So, whoa! Something I've noticed as well in the 17 version. Horns, I mean, they're kind of a... not an option, but you know what I mean. So, let's get back over there. Let's see how this works. I need to recover that money, so I need to make at least 40, what is it, 43 to get back to where I was before I purchased this, and this should make that job a little bit quicker and easier. I like this. I don't know why, I don't know why I went for orange. I'd have it green, black or white, and I went orange. Like I say, no idea why. But what I need to do is turn this back on. Engine back on, turn on bell, run for a little bit. I think I want to move this as well because it's got the bushes growing through it as well. So I think if I can earn enough money, I might shift it back a little bit. These move really fast. All of it does. Maybe I need to... Is it arm sensitivity? Do I have an option for that? I can't remember now. Oh yeah. Way more stable. Plus I've got more reach as well, which means when I get to here, I can bring that up a lot higher and I can drop it from above. I'm not touching the... Oh, that's going to be interesting. What's going to happen here? It's going to fall off. Don't fall. That was on me. Of course it was on me. Yeah, there's more control over this as well. The skid steer loader, it seemed you didn't have to touch the accelerator hardly at all, and it would change direction, like forwards or backwards. Whereas this seems a lot more controllable. It is working. Oh, that worked quite well. Wasn't my intention, but okay, we'll take that. Oh, happy days. Still loving it, still having a great time. Also just goes to show there's all different ways of doing this. The logging side of things, it can be incredibly basic. I could have cut all of these up into 1 metre chunks, and if I got enough money I could get myself a harvester, I could get myself one of the excavators, and I could just spend ages chopping the trees up, drag a tree down, chop it into 1 metre chunks, and then throw them all onto that wood chipper in 1 metre chunks. I wouldn't need any of this equipment. But I thought, you know what, it'll be a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit easier. It does seem to be a little bit easier for placement as well. Now I'm sure as well, so we're getting about, is it five odd grand, aren't we? Something like that. About 5 grand maybe. For large chunks or possibly a whole tree. And I remember doing the Valley of the Old Farm, and in the winter when the prices were good for lumber I was getting 12 grand a tree. I'm sure that's what I was getting. It was absolute bonus time. Should have flicked it. Will that nudge it? Nope. The good thing with this as well, I don't have to go over the other side because I've got the reach now. What I should be able to do is just go out like that, give it a bit of a nudge. Same with that one, let's get that up out of the way. Once that starts to tip, Oh. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Speedy! You know what? Because I get obsessive about things, I am now thinking, well, if I can get just over 100 grand, maybe 120, 130, maybe I should get the leap pair, get the excavator, and use that for cutting the trees down and do what I said. Bring not 1 metre chunks, but if I can drag trees and cut them into like 8 metre lengths or whatever they need to be, have a big old pile, and then just spend, even if I just spent an hour just doing this. Once I've done that, oops, that wasn't the best idea. No, it's going to fall off. Oh, good thing is now I can wait. The whole thing's moved again, hasn't it? Might be alright. Boom! And with that, we have come to the end of the episode. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as I'm enjoying it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.